So we're here at Bitcoin 2025. We've seen several members of the White House descend on this conference. You're having conversations with people behind the scenes. What are they saying that they aren't saying on stage?
Well, a number of things. First, thanks for having me here. We've had a number of meetings so far this trip. Yes, on the policy side, absolutely. We have big and great things hopefully happening on the U.S. policy side with a number of bills that we want to get done in the very near future. The president said he's ready to sign these bills. We got to get them through Congress and hopefully signed by August is the target. On the flip side, I've also had conversations with a number of financial institutions, substantially kind of traditional financial services institutions that are looking to get into crypto, and we're having a lot of discussions with them on how we can help them pull that off.
So let's unpack both of those.
Yep.
First, policy. Senator Lummis saying on stage that we're headed for a cloture vote. That would be for the Genius Act, which is, and we've got the Stable Act over in the House. But you've been a part of not just advising lawmakers on this, but helping them craft the actual language in the legislation. My question to you is, one, how concerned are you about some of the recent roadblocks that we've hit with respect to Senate Democrats pushing back, saying, no, we need an amendment that would bar a sitting president and other senior officials from benefiting either directly or indirectly from a stablecoin-related venture?
Yeah. I have heard about that one. I don't know how big of a sticking point that particular term is, but you're right. We got two bills. We have the stablecoin bill and what's called the market structure bill, which is a bigger, broader bill, basically regulates companies like Kraken in the broader crypto ecosystem. We're looking to get both of them done in August. Senator Haggerty is leading the charge with the Genius Act, which is effectively the stablecoin bill coming out of the Senate. Yeah, there are some discussions on provisions with respect to who individuals in government, how they can participate there, how they can participate in other parts of the crypto ecosystem. Another big point that is, I guess, contentious right now or being debated is the ability to offer yield on stable coins. We think it just makes sense. There is
because right now the yield that's being earned is really just going to the issuers themselves, whether it's Circle or Tether.
Right. It's fascinating. All of the crypto companies out there are a proponent of the bill allowing for the yield to be shared with the individual users. This is obviously our mindset, frankly the mindset of some of our peers as well. Hey, crypto is all about individuals. Let's bring the value to them. And that's a big part of what we think makes sense for the stablecoin bill.
Do you think that will happen?
Yeah, we expect that will be part of the legislation that, it's there in the bill now. We expect that to go forward. Like I said, the president's, actually communicating he's ready to sign these things. So we just got to get them through Congress.
And then with respect to the conversations you're having with institutional players in this space, it seems like even absent hard and fast rules from Capitol Hill, all of these rollbacks, either of guidance or provisions that barred banks from dealing in blockchain tech have been a substantial game changer. We've seen changes from the SEC, the OCC, the FDIC, the Fed. I mean, you kind of go down the list of regulators, and the CFTC is about to have someone come in who's a pro-crypto venture capitalist. Talk to me about what that's opened up with respect to your business and what you're able to do.
So there's two things with all of it. I mean, you hit it really well. There's all these different regulators out there, and there's both kind of like the implicit, or not implicit, but kind of like the less explicit actions that these regulators were taking go back, 18 months ago, 12 months ago. With Choke Point 2.0, putting pressure on banks, telling them that they're unable to offer anything in crypto. There was, of course, the explicit, which was, what was it, SAB 120, whatever.
Rolling back that accounting bulletin that prevented banks from essentially custodying cryptocurrency on their balance sheets.
And so we see that, plus they see the bills moving forward. And on top of that, it's just a positive environment now. The administration broadly supports crypto, wants to see the innovation happen, and wants to see it happen in the US. And so now all of these larger financial institutions are coming with a very supportive approach towards crypto, and they want to bring it into their offerings. Many of them, and I mean, these are the largest of the large financial institutions here in the United States, have basically, looked me in the eye and said, look, we're committed to get this done within the next year. We will bring Bitcoin and crypto to our customers, larger kind of consumer brokers, retail brokers, banks, very large banks are on this path right now. And so We think it's fantastic. At Kraken, we're looking to grow crypto adoption broadly to achieve this goal of financial freedom, and so we want everybody to adopt.
Any names that you can share, banks or institutions?
I think if you just kind of like go through that, top 10 list, you'll probably get a bunch of hits there. Yeah.
On the flip side, thinking about TradFi colliding with crypto, you're also leaning into the TradFi side of the operation with X stock. So in the last month, we've seen this flurry of announcements with respect to what Kraken is doing in terms of offering access to public equity products. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, okay, so this is helpful. You're helping, let's back it up a little bit, because the broader thing that's going on right now that I see is convergence, right? And so it's a number of different things. Companies, all financial services firms will offer both crypto and traditional financial services products down the road, and the two will, in some instances, kind of blur together. Crypto will power some of the traditional financial services products. Tokenized equities is a perfect example of that. On the flip side, Kraken also now offers traditional equities. We're a registered FINRA broker-dealer offering traditional equities to US customers. The tokenized equities is a new offering that is more targeted towards people outside the United States.
And we just found out about that last week, so this is a very fresh announcement.
Yeah, so it's the tokenized equities, they'll ride on the Solana blockchain. We just announced it at an event that they had out on the East Coast. And we're super excited for this. Coming soon will be, really the frontier for crypto plus traditional financial services.
So I was talking to Vlad Tenev earlier this week, and he thinks that even if we don't see a market infrastructure bill passed into law this year, the SEC has the power to make it possible to tokenize public equities in the U.S. Is that a conversation you're also having with Paul Atkins?
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. There's a number of different models out there, and I think there's going to be a whole host of different models where companies experiment's not the right word, but launch tokenized equities here in the United States, outside the United States, Europe as well. I was actually in Europe at a conference called EuroFi, which is basically a regulator conference, a bit different than this. All of the regulators there.
So that's fun?
Bit different. Not as many lights, right?
Not as much orange.
Yeah, exactly. And they all wanted to talk about tokenized equities. And so there will be a number of approaches, I think, that will kind of like work in sandboxes in very different parts of the world, approaches that will be very much built on crypto rails, others that will be maybe more targeted to people outside of specific Europe or Western world jurisdictions. And so I think there's a lot of opportunity out there for this to happen.
So is this strategy part of looking to compete with a name like Robinhood, or what's the broader vision for Kraken in the next few years?
Well, look, I think we have a number of different peers, right? Because we actually see that as part of what I said with convergence, it all starts with the individuals, our customers. They may invest in crypto and use Kraken, but they likely already have exposure to stocks and other financial instruments at other venues. Kraken, we're looking to offer all of those different components to our customers. Yes, that means that we will have more and more overlap with various other traditional financial service firms by definition. But I think it's a combination. Frankly, a big push that we're making right now with this new product that we offer is called Embed, crypto as a service. Basically, we kind of like deconstruct all the components of what Kraken is, a full service crypto platform, and offer them to other financial institutions such that they can offer crypto to their customers. And this is where the big banks and other big brokers come in on how we might partner with them to bring this to their customers.
Now you just acquired NinjaTrader. Why futures and why now?
Yeah, so NinjaTrader is it's actually a really interesting business. We in great alignment for Kraken. So our heritage and our sweet spot with our platform has been kind of individual advanced traders, individual pro traders, that prosumer group. We've built fantastic products for that group, one of the first to offer multi-token, margin, futures to this group in the geographies where we offer. Much the same, NinjaTrader is the largest kind of retail futures broker in the US, targeting that same group of similar type of customers. Now many of them probably aren't trading crypto and vice versa. And so bringing those two pieces together and kind of reinforcing the technology prowess of both companies is going to be a great opportunity for us.
You paid $1.5 billion. Do you think you overpaid?
No, look, NinjaTrader is a fantastic business. I spent a lot of time with their leadership team. Marty, CEO of the business, he's a fantastic leader. We're absolutely excited to have them part of the portfolio. They are a company that has strong customer traction, delivers strong revenue, strong profitability, and so they're a full, substantially successful business in their own right.
Kraken is the OG crypto exchange, and you've been talking about going public for years, and the IPO pipeline is open.
Yeah.
Can we expect you guys to join the public markets this year?
Well, this is an unsurprising question. You know, we just started publishing our financial highlights. 2024, 1.5 billion in revenue and considerable profitability. Q1, nearly 500 million in revenue, considerable profitability. That doesn't even include the NinjaTrader acquisition. So, you know, just annualizing that out, 2 billion plus. And so we're on a strong trajectory, posting strong numbers, strong growth, strong profitability. Many have this question on IPO. It's absolutely on the roadmap. Specific timing, though, we're not sharing.
Give me a quarter.
We're not sharing specific timing just yet, but yeah, it's definitely out there.
So a lot of people have been talking about the Coinbase breach, which was really the product of social engineering and not as much of a tech failure.
Got it.
So how are you dealing with customer concerns?
Yeah, well, this is a fantastic question. The Kraken is absolutely a stalwart when it comes to security, and that has many layers. It's technical security, operational security, physical security. All of these pieces have to come together in order to offer truly a secure platform across the board. And that's what we do. Nick Percoco leads our security team, Chief Security Officer. He's been with Kraken for a long time. He's built an incredible foundation for us. We have also have Kraken Security Labs, which is really at the forefront of security for both cryptography and cryptocurrency, and is looked to across the industry as one of the leaders in security. I mean, in this particular instance, you know, we for sure are ahead of these attacks. I guess I could say without maybe sharing too much. Ahead of these attacks, they are of course pointed at Kraken as well, and we have been incredibly successful as identifying them, sniffing them out ahead of time, subduing them, protecting against them with controls, monitoring all of these various different pieces, such that we protect not just the financial assets, but also our customers' private information and so forth.